Did you know there's a real-life fairytale castle hidden in the German Alps? This isn't a movie set, it's Neuschwanstein Castle, and its story is wilder than any fiction. Built in the 19th century by the eccentric King Ludwig II, this castle was his personal retreat, a fantasy world brought to life. He dedicated it to the composer Richard Wagner, whose operas inspired its design. But here's the surprise. Despite its medieval look, it was fitted with modern tech like running water and a telephone. Ludwig only lived here for 172 days before his mysterious death. He built a dream for himself, but left a masterpiece for the world. Neuschwanstein, a fairy tale built by a king, finished by the people. You've seen this gate in a million photos, but do you know its incredible story of survival? This is Berlin's Brandenburg Gate. Built in the late 18th century, it was meant to be a symbol of peace, but history had other plans. It was famously captured by Napoleon, stood firm through to world wars, and then became a lonely symbol of a divided city when the Berlin Wall was built right in front of it. For decades, it was a gate to nowhere, the most emotional moment. In 1989, when the wall fell, thousands gathered here, dancing and crying, transforming it overnight from a symbol of division into the ultimate icon of unity. The Brandenburg Gate. More than just stone, it's the heartbeat of a reunited Germany. What if I told you this cathedral took over 600 years to build? Meet the magnificent Cologne Cathedral. Construction started way back in 1248, but it was so ambitious that it wasn't finished until 1880. For a brief time, its towering twin spires made it the tallest building in the world. This Gothic masterpiece survived numerous wars, including 14 direct hits during World War II, standing tall while the city around it was reduced to rubble. Locals say it was a miracle. The most surprising fact: it houses the shrine of the three kings believed to hold the relics of the Magi who visited Jesus. Cologne Cathedral, a testament to faith, endurance, and the patience of generations. This isn't just a ruin, it's a love story written in stone. Welcome to Heidelberg Castle, one of Germany's most romantic sites. Perched above the Neckar River, parts of this castle date back to the 13th century. It was a grand residence for princes and electors, but wars and lightning strikes left it in a state of beautiful decay. The most touching story. In the 17th century, Elector Frederick V built the magnificent Hortus Palatinus garden for his beloved wife, Elizabeth Stuart. It was called the eighth wonder of the world. Though time has weathered its walls, the spirit of romance remains. Heidelberg Castle, where history's scars have only made it more beautiful. Imagine a parliament building burned to the ground, bombed in war, and then wrapped in fabric by artists. That's the story of the Reichstag in Berlin. Completed in 1894 to house the German parliament, its life has been dramatic. A mysterious fire in 1933 was used as a pretext to consolidate power. It was heavily damaged in World War II and stood neglected for decades next to the Berlin Wall. After reunification, it was spectacularly restored with a modern glass dome, symbolizing transparency in government. The most surprising part, in 1995, artists Christo and Jean-Claude wrapped the entire building in silvery fabric for 2 weeks, a breathtaking art installation seen by millions. The Reichstag, a building that has died and been reborn, just like the nation it represents, ready to stand on top of Germany. This is the Zugspitze, the highest peak in the country, soaring nearly 3,000 meters into the sky. Its first official ascent was in 1820, a daring feat for the time. From up here, you can see for countries on a clear day, Germany, Austria, Italy, and Switzerland. But here's a surprising fact. Inside this mighty mountain, scientists are conducting cutting-edge climate research, studying the rapidly melting glacier. You can take a historic cog-wheel train that travels right through the mountain S-core to reach the glacier field. So while you're taking in the epic views, you're also at the forefront of environmental science. The Zugspitze, where alpine majesty meets a crucial mission for our planet's future. Imagine a king who wanted a palace just for relaxing, with no worries. That's exactly what Sanssouci means. Welcome to the summer retreat of Frederick the Great in Potsdam. Built in the mid-18th century, this intimate Rococo palace was Frederick's personal sanctuary, a place for philosophy, music, and art, far from the formalities of the Berlin court. He designed it himself, insisting it be a single story so he could easily step out into his beloved gardens. The most touching detail, Frederick asked to be buried here on the terrace, next to his loyal greyhounds. A simple wish for a great king. Sanssouci Palace, a place built for a king, but designed for a man who just wanted peace and quiet. What if a forest was so dense it was named for the darkness beneath its trees? Welcome to the Black Forest, or Schwarzwald. The ancient Romans called it Silva Nigra because the thick canopy of firs blocked out the sunlight. This enchanting region is the birthplace of timeless traditions, like the cuckoo clock, which artisans have been hand-carving here for centuries. And that delicious black forest cake. Yep, it originated right here. But the most magical part is the feeling of stepping into a real-life fairy tale. The forest is laced with legends of wood spirits and mythical creatures, inspiring the Brothers Grimm, the Black Forest. More than just trees, it's an ancient world of shadow, story, and wonder. Can you spot this landmark from almost anywhere in Berlin? This is the Fernsehturm, the Berlin TV tower, the tallest structure in Germany. Built by the East German government in the late 1960s, it was designed to be a symbol of socialist power and modernity, visible even from West Berlin. But an unexpected thing happened. When the sun shines on its tiled stainless steel sphere, it often creates a reflection in the shape of a giant cross. Berliners cheekily nicknamed this phenomenon the Pope's Revenge, a jab at the atheistic state that built it. Now, this former symbol of division is a beloved icon for the entire unified city, with a revolving restaurant offering 360-degree views. The Berlin TV Tower, an icon that accidentally found a higher calling.